It's a new month, so you know what that means. More winners are on the way. It is February 1st, 2024, and I've got three best bets for you on the hardwood in the NBA and college basketball today. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. Yesterday, we were so close to ending off the month with a sweep, but 2-1 on the day, can't be too mad at it. We cashed it on Xavier money line. We cashed it on the Baylor spread. We did lose on the West Virginia first half spread as they literally had the lead in the first half, and then Cincinnati went on a 12-0 run. West Virginia did not score for like 5 straight minutes, missed 6 straight free throws. It was ridiculous, but West Virginia actually won the game, so we should just take on the full game spread. Hey, it happens. 2-1 on the day, can't be too mad at it. We finished off the month of January with a 34-29 record here on the channel. That is a 54% hit rate. Hey, not too bad of a start of the year. Like I said, this year my goal is to get over 60% on the channel, so we're just heating up. We're starting to warm up now. We're getting hot in college basketball. You love to see it. So listen, if you've been cashing on some of these winners, make sure you smash that like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you know anybody else who likes to sports bet or wants winning plays inside of basketball, make sure you share this video with them or this channel, so this way we can continue to cash in on these bets together. All right, my friends, now let's dive into these best bets. For my first best bet of the day, we are going to go to the college basketball slate, and I am going to go to a game. I told you guys I'm not a big fan of sometimes taking road favorites, but listen, sometimes you have to do it. It worked out yesterday for us in Baylor because of the situation, and I think today we have a very similar situation today, and I'm going to go with Oregon on the money line, or you could take them on the spread. I'm going to go -1.5, -110 odds on FanDuel. I really like this matchup for them as they're taking on a USC team that's absolutely terrible, man. After starting off the conference 2-2, USC has dropped 5 straight games in a row. Losses to Washington State, Colorado, Arizona State, and UCLA. This USC team that had a lot of hope going into the regular season or at the start of the season because of Isaiah Collier, because of Boogie Ellis, because of LeBron James Jr. or Bronny James, right? We had a lot of anticipation of what this USC team was going to do, but they just haven't been able to get it done this year. One, injuries have played a big part in that, right? Collier has missed several games. Boogie Ellis has missed several games. Bronny's taken some time to adjust to the college game. So that's probably some of the main reasons that they've struggled. But when you look at their record in conference play, they're 2-7. Their only 2 wins, California and Stanford. They've lost to all those teams I mentioned before, and against this Oregon team on the road, and against Oregon State. Now this Oregon team travels down to Southern California after coming off that home loss to Arizona, and I think this is just a really good bounce back spot for the Ducks, as I think they should be able to get this win pretty easily. They're 6-3 right now in conference, so right there near the top of the conference, keeping up with pace with Arizona, and I think that this is a game that they don't want to get past them. Like right now in conference play, you don't have too many games left. I mean, you have about 10 conference games or so left, but these are the games that you can't fall through the cracks, because when you look at the schedule for Oregon, right, they still have to go on the road against UCLA. That's going to be a tough game. They have to go on the road to Stanford. That's not going to be a gimme either. They have to go on the road to Oregon State. They have to go on the road to Arizona. So because of that, and they have to play home games against Utah and Washington State and Colorado, there's still several really good teams that they have to play. And when you look at this USC team and you look at this where this matchup lies, it's like we have to win this game today, and I think that Oregon is going to be able to get it done. Ranked 40th in offensive efficiency, 90th in defensive efficiency, Oregon does a really good job of shooting the three-point ball, 28 in all of college basketball in three-point percentage, and then 49th in effective field goal percentage as well. So you love to see that, but I also love the fact that they protect the basketball. 56th in college basketball in turnover percentage on the offensive end. I think that fits really well for this Oregon team that is going against a USC team that's ranked 310th on defense and three-point percentage. They don't guard the three-point line well, which is exactly what Oregon's going to look to exploit today, coming off of all those losses in a row and just dropping a home game against UCLA by 15 points at home. I just don't see why Oregon should lose this game today. I think we're getting value on the line because of the fact that it is a road game and the fact that USC's lost several games in a row, in all honesty. So because of that, I think Oregon's going to be able to get the W today, even though they're a road favorite and we know how hard that is to win in college basketball. This is just a matchup here where we're just going to go with the better team. Like what we did yesterday with Baylor, we did the day before with Marquette. We're just now in that season of college basketball where you have to kind of just look at how these teams play, how they match up, head-to-head opponents, and this is a matchup today where I think Oregon gets it done pretty easily. I'm laying the 1.5 points. You can take the money line if you want to, but I think Oregon wins this game pretty easily. KenPom has this as a 1-point win for Oregon as well, and I think Oregon gets it done on the road today. For my second best bet of the day, we're going to go to the NBA hardwood. I'm going to go to this Knicks and Pacers matchup, and I'm going to go under 238.5. You can play the 237.5, but the line has been moving crazy on this one. I keep that in mind. I think it opened at like 240, 242, and now it's all the way down to 238, and I keep seeing it go down even more. So if it gets below like 237, 236, what I would do is just wait for the game to go live. If these teams hit a few shots to start off the game, then you could be able to snag the the original line at like 238, 239 at a live number. That was really what I would go for. Now, the reason why I really like the under in this matchup is because it's an angle that we've been exploring all year. The unders when the Knicks play at home. The Knicks have the second best scoring defense in the NBA. They're only giving up 109 points per game, and that number drops to 105 at home. They're keeping teams at bay at home, and they're really playing some great defense at home, and I think that trend can continue today against a Pacers team that's still ranked number 1 in the NBA in points per game, but their offense has not just been as strong as we're used to seeing, and some of those overs, like that automatic over that was cashing at the beginning of the season, is no longer happening. Now, when these teams played back on December the 30th, they had a line of 248.5, and that game did go over, but that game was in Indiana. Indiana playing at home, they're able to establish their pace of play, get their home crowd behind them, they can run and gun, but also Julius Randle was in that matchup. With no Julius Randle in this matchup and OG Anunoby, I don't know if he's still going to be out in this matchup. I think this is a matchup where the Knicks understand that we can't get into a scoring shootout with this team. Yes, Brunson can drop 25, 30, 40 points at any time, and we've seen DiVincenzo be able to score 25, 30 points as well, but besides that, they don't really have any other real scorers. I mean, Josh Hart might contribute a few points here, Grimes might throw a few points there, but this is not a game that you want to get into a track meet with, because I just don't know if New York has enough shooters or scorers to keep up with the track meet pace here. So because of that, I think this is just going to be a slower pace game. I think the Knicks at home are going to make the Pacers play up to their play, and like I said, the line has already moved in favor of the under, but when you also take a look at how the Knicks numbers have been doing recently towards the under, then you would know why I'm taking the under. In the last 10 games, the Knicks are 1-9 to the under. They're also 7-15 to the under at home as well. They're also 20-28 overall to the under this year as well. Now, when you keep in mind the Pacers, like we said, they are an over team, but over the last 10 games, they're 4-6 to the under. They're also 11-12 to the under away from home as well. So all those numbers to me today are telling me that, you know what, let's go with the under. I don't know if Halliburton's going to be on a minutes restriction again, but it's seeing that he was on the last game against Boston. I could see him be on another minutes restriction here because, I mean, it's only been one day, between the games. I think that this is going to be a slower paced game. I think the Knicks are going to be able to control the tempo here. And like I said, home defenses for the Knicks have been cashing all year. Let's continue to ride the under trend, and let's go with the under 238.5 for the Knicks and Pacers game as our second best bet of the day. Now for our third and final best bet of the day, we're going to go with a two-team steam here in the college basketball slate, and I'm going to go with one away favorite on the money line, and I'm going to go with one home favorite on the money line, and we're going to take App State on the money line. We're going to parlay that with Hofstra on the money line. That gets you to about minus 115 odds. If you want to throw in a huge favorite like Arizona in there, that gets you to like 105 odds. I really like that. So let's break down this App State game as they go take on Georgia State. Now, like I mentioned before, App State is one of my favorite mid-majors right now in the Sun Belt Conference. 17-4 on the year, 83 on KenPom. Their defense is legit. 35th in defensive efficiency. We saw this earlier in the year when they were able to beat Auburn at home 69-64. They did lose into overtime, but that was away against Oregon State earlier in the year. But this App State team is currently 8-1 in conference on a 5-game win streak, and now travel to Georgia State that truthfully struggles guarding the ball and shooting the ball. They're ranked 259th in defensive efficiency, 184th on offensive efficiency, and then also when it comes down to turnover percentage on defense, they don't turn guys over. Ranked 335th in defense in terms of turnover percentage. So if App State has time to run their offense and really get into the flow of their game, I don't see how Georgia State's able to put up enough points here to keep up with App State. Coming off of 4 straight losses, Georgia State is, they lost to App State on the road 76-68 back in earlier in January. I think that there's another matchup for App State to take this W today. I think they control the Sun Belt Conference. I think they win out. KenPom has them winning out. They've lost only 1 game in conference, and that was to Troy on the road. I don't see them losing tonight's matchup against Georgia State. So give me App State on the road on the money line. I'm not laying the 5-6 points. I'm just going to take them on the money line, as I think they're going to be able to get it done for the first leg of the parlay. Now for the second leg of the parlay, Hofstra has not been as good as we're used to seeing in years past, right there in that CAA conference. 11-10 on the year and only ranked 142 on KenPom, but they did have a pretty tough non-conference schedule. They played Princeton, they played Duke, they played Iona, they played UNLV, they played St. John's, so they played some solid teams. But right now they're 4-4 in conference play, coming off a road loss to Monmouth, but I think that they have a good favorable matchup today against a Stony Brook team that's just not really good. And keep in mind, this Hofstra team beat Stony Brook at Stony Brook earlier last week, 80-74. So now they're at home against the Stony Brook team, and I like that matchup for them. Now, Stony Brook is coming off back-to-back wins against Monmouth and UNC Wilmington, 2 wins that we truthfully were not expecting, but I think they're due for a little bit of regression here. And Hofstra, like I mentioned, 4-4 in conference, Stony Brook 4-4 in conference as well. I think something has to give in this matchup. This is a big game for both of these teams to be able to keep pace there in that CAA conference, and I think that Hofstra should be able to get it done at home today, considering the fact that they already beat Stony Brook on their home court. So give me Hofstra on the money line today, and then give me App State on the money line today. And again, if you want to throw in a huge favorite to, to cap this off or to get you plus 100 odds, be my guest. But I like that as our third and final best bet of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 3 best bets, 3 winners that are headed your way on this Thursday slate. We've got Oregon minus 1.5. We've got the Knicks and Pacers under 238.5. And we've got our 2-team team with App State and Hofstra on the money line to tuck us in. All right, my friends, for more of my picks and plays, my NBA player props, and any added plays, make sure you click the link in the description, join the free Discord group, and so this way you can get all those extra added plays. We've been absolutely on fire in the Discord group, and we've been going crazy, especially with the live snipes. We live sniped Alabama yesterday. We've been live sniping other teams. We took Anthony Simons player prop late last night. So there's more plays that are always being given out inside the Discord group. So you definitely don't want to miss those winners, especially if you're not a big fan of these 3 picks that I put out inside the YouTube. Make sure you click that link in the description and enjoy those other plays. All right, my friends, let's get to that money. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video, and hopefully we'll be celebrating a sweep. Dictate your fate, get to that money, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later, gang.